Hello you guys, welcome back to 5 Facts Friday. 5 facts about the barn owl. Fact 1, barn owls, like plop hare, are the most widespread group of owls in the whole world. Barn owls pretty much live all around the world. They don't like living in true deserts and they don't like living in polar conditions, but otherwise they range all around the world, incredibly widespread. Fact 2, in the whole world there's around 240 different species of owl around the world, but there's only 2 families of owls, and barn owls are pretty different from other owls. In fact, they're so different they've got their own family. So you've got the Titonidae, a handful of species of barn owls, and then you've got the Strigidae, which is all the other owls. So a few species of barn owls in a different family from all the other owls in the world. Barn owls are quite different from your average owl. Fact number 3. One thing that makes barn owls stand out from all the other owls in the world, really to look at, they have a facial disc, a round face like most owls do, but barn owls, they go one step further. They have a love heart shaped face, and you don't get better than a love heart shaped face. Gorgeous, gorgeous owls. And that love heart shaped face, just like the more familiar facial disc of all the owls, okay, I'll fluff you, is all about collecting and catching sound, and the special feathers on their face then kind of funnels the sound into their ear holes, which are hidden underneath their ears, just here. Have a look, just here. There her actually is, and any owls you see with ear tufts sticking up on their head, sticking up like this, they're just feathers, they're not an owl's ears, they're ear tufts. Owls have ears, or ear holes, on the sides of their heads, a little bit like ours, but the facial disc collects the sound, just like these silly things on your head collect the sound. Fact number 4, barn owls are covered in a camouflage pattern. You think, hey, well, so are all owls. Barn owl camouflage is a little bit different than most other owls. They have countershading. Now, examples of animals, not just birds, with countershading would be great white shark, a penguin, a seagull. Countershading very often, in fact most often, means you've got dark colours on your back and light colours on your tummy and underside. And for a barn owl, its specialist hunting habitat, certainly in Britain and most of the world, is a grassland habitat, a meadowland hunter. And here, specialise in hunting small mammals in the grass. Her dark pattern above gives a bit of camouflage and protection from other birds of prey flying above her, because it's dark and from above it blends in well with the meadowland grasses below her. It also means when she's asleep, it's a nice dark wraparound colour. But from below, she's white, and you think, well, an animal that hunts at twilight or at night, why would you have white colours on you? You'll stand out. Actually, no. Especially with a barn owl, she's crepuscular. She likes to hunt in the twilight, early morning, late evening. And if you're a small vole, a shrew, a small furry animal feeding away in that grassland, when you look up into the sky, even the night sky, it's the brightest part of your world. You're down there in the thick grassland. The starry night, just a few stars, is actually, when you look up, the lightest part of your world, and you have got rubbish, beady eyes. That white underside is good camouflage for that owl against the sky, even the night sky, because if she was black, and if you think to us, black sky, black animal, do you know what? She would stand out like a sore thumb as a dark silhouette, even against the early morning, the late evening, or even the night sky. Countershading is a way of hiding yourself from things below you and from things above you. Have a look. Completely different. That's a cross sound. Fact number 5, the most important fact I'm going to tell you today for sure. Barn owls make the absolute worst of all pets you can get. Don't ever get a pet barn owl. Look at Plop here. She actually likes me stroking her like this. I've had Plop from a baby owl, an owlet, and I've hand reared her. It's the only way to work with an owl. hand rearing them. She thinks she's a human, or she thinks I'm a barn owl. She thinks I'm a mum and dad, so she likes me stroking her a little bit. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Look at this. Oh, plenty of your own barn owl. Don't ever get a pet barn owl. Harry Potter didn't do barn owls any favours at all, because like all the animals we work with, they're all captive bred. They're born here in England in captivity, not stolen from the wild like the bad old days. And if you hand rear a baby barn owl, it can become incredibly tame. Unfortunately, too many people in the UK for sure breed barn owls as pets. Their value in money is almost nothing. You can buy them on a whim. No one's going to check. How awful. This animal makes hideous screeches. Barn owls cannot say twit twoo. Sneaky fact number 6. They cannot say twit twoo. They can only really screech. And if you've got neighbours or you're trying to sleep, it's incredibly horrible. It's horrible. You don't want to hear that noise at night time. They absolutely, they're smelly things. Even her breath smelly. She coughs up pellets of undigested food every morning. Any bird of prey does gallons of smelly poo every single day. It's a lot of work looking after them. And do you know what? Most people get bored of them. They don't bother looking after them properly. This owl here, in captivity, can live to be well over 20 years old. 20 years of every night listening to screeching. 20 years of picking up smelly pellets of undigested food. 20 years of cleaning up smelly owl poo every single morning. Do you know what happens? People stop bothering. They stop handling their owl, and the owl just becomes lonely. It becomes quite wild in its behaviour if you don't handle it and work with it every single day. And if you buy one of these for your children, cameras over there, guarantee you, your children will get bored of that owl. And do you know what? If you don't neglect it, the other thing you're going to do, hold on, is you're going to give it away. Can you imagine being moved from one home to another, from one set of relatives to another? No people, no animals want that. The biggest thing I can say to you, enjoy barn owls in the wild. Enjoy them with people that are really good at working with them and educating people about them. Don't ever get your own pet barn owl. Seriously, get a pet rat, the best pet in the world. From me and Plop here, thanks for watching, and don't forget, like and subscribe to see whatever videos coming next. And as always, we don't know.